the meat and potatoes, the bone, get the meat, get into the thick of it. Hello everyone and welcome to session 49 of the Little Wolf Knits podcast. I am Brianna and I am the dyer, designer, and human behind the Little Wolf Knits and this YouTube channel. I am so glad to be joining you on this Monday, July, I don't know what day it is, July 8th. It is just around 3 o'clock, a little bit after 3 o'clock. It is so warm outside, so we're trying not to crank our AC. And I feel like whenever I'm recording, I always get really warm. So I don't know how long this one's going to be, but I do have a lot of things to show everyone. I also have a wooden wick candle burning right over there. So if you can hear some crackling, hopefully it just adds to the ambiance of the 90-degree weather and doesn't bother you. But it is Monday. I'm recording a little earlier in the week than normal. And I did this also last week and I really like it. So I'm hoping I can stay on this schedule. Although things will be changing here in just a bit. But we'll talk about all of that later. Before we get to that, let's start off with what I'm wearing. Because I know it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything knitted, but you would be wrong if that was your guess. I am wearing a design, my newest design. Actually, by the time you are seeing this session, this pattern will be live. This is my, can you see them? Thick beachcomber flares. They're these really fun, they have like a fold over waistband. Think if you could make yourself knitted yoga pants, this is them. And I came out with a fingering weight version. I was gonna say last year, but I don't. I think it was 2022, and they were so much fun. People were very intimidated by pants, very intimidated by flares, but these are just like the perfect, okay, let me see. This is unsafe, I know, don't try this at home. It is the perfect flare. It's not huge. It feels, literally, I based all of these measurements off of my favorite pair of yoga pants. So that is the feel, and I love these so much. And they are coming to you July 10th, which is so exciting. And this version, let me see if I can show this to you, is in my They Don't Know colorway. There you go. On 420. This was a Friends inspired colorway. And again, I think this is the pattern that really brought me into my pink era, which we have established I am in, because right now everything is pink. All the things are pink, and this is, I think, the colorway that did it. But yes, they're so awesome. They're so amazing, and they're warm. I don't wear DK weight anything in the summer. DK weight to me is winter wear. Anything I wear in the summer, even a tank top, needs to be fingering weight or I am warm. So again, 90 degrees out, 78 I think in here. So we'll see how long this lasts. But before we jump into all of the things I've made, let's just talk admin for a second. So the Hot Stitch Summer Melt is going strong. We are coming into officially our last month of the mal here, which feels so sad. But lots of folks have been working on summer projects. Things have been really fun. I know I feel like I'm cranking out summer projects, which is awesome. I know all of you have been doing that. Lots of people making the low tide tee, lots and lots of people making the C Street tank. I've seen lots of people making my co-host Chelsea tan and tipsy top. She's working on some amazing new designs. So definitely there's still time to enter. You don't need an FO to win any prizes. Just follow myself, The Little Wolf Knits, and Knitting Tipsy on Instagram, and make sure you check out every Wednesday's posts for info on how you can win the prize for that week. very, very exciting stuff. The only other administrative things I will say now at the top of the episode, one, I already kind of said this one, is that my thick beachcomber flares are now live. Very exciting. But one new thing is that I actually won't be having a video next week. We are doing some things that you will hear about later. And you'll hear about it later. But there won't be a video next week. There may or may not be a vlog. It's looking like not, but we'll see. Don't count on anything, and if something comes out, maybe you'll be excited. But I appreciate everyone hanging out and being patient with me through the last month or so here while the schedule has been a little bit up in the air, because that's what summer is for, right? But those are the only admin things I have. So let's get into it. The meat and potatoes, the bone, get the meat, get into the thick of it. Let's talk about what I've worked on. So we have technically three, I'm calling three finished objects, and let's show them. Two are knitted and one is spinning. And one is a finished design for October, which is wild. And this will go into testing soon, probably in the next 2 weeks or so, but it will go to my wolf pack first and then my newsletter. So if this seems interesting to you, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter. This is my E Street sweater. It is so much fun. This is in my peanut butter chocolate Flava on catamaran, which is an incredible 75-25 BFL nylon. The squish factor of BFL, I can't believe I used to think BFL was scratchy. Can we just talk about that? I can't believe it, because it's not. It's so soft and it's so squishy, and it is the perfect mix of drape of a fingering weight, but bounce and squish of something thicker, but it's not. It's a fingering weight. But this is a top-down sort of boxy sweater, and you will notice some really cool details. This isn't blocked yet. I just finished this the other day. This really cool detail on the sleeve where when you put it on, I guess I could just put it on and show it to you, but I should probably just put it on at this point. It's so hot. It's just so hot. I can't. It has a really cool sleeve opening detail. So you have a little cutout on the sleeve, on the arm. This is rolling a bit because it's not blocked yet, but once it's blocked, it'll look like that, and I am obsessed. And if everyone doesn't start wearing their sweaters like this, I'm going to be offended. Clearly, y'all, I'm being silly because it's too warm for this. But this design is so much fun. You're looking at the back. I love the pooling. The pooling on the body was so freaking cool. And then how it switched on the sleeves. Pooling is like magic art that you don't have to do anything to create. I know lots of people aren't about it, but that stinks for them because this is amazing. I will say, I don't love, if it's just like micro stripe, like kind of pooling, that like swirls, like this I thought was going to get like that. Up here it was, and I was like, not my favorite, but then our stitch count changed and it was beautiful. And this pooling is like, come on, that's magic. I couldn't make a sweater look like this if I tried. It actually looks like faces, doesn't it? What do you think it looks like? I see faces. But really, really cool. And FO number 1 is off the needles, which is what I had planned for last week. So that feels really good. And now I can get it into a bath and block it today. FO number 2 has actually just entered into testing. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have put a testing call out, so I'm not sure if I'm still looking for testers by the time this video is live. Probably not, but if I am, I will let you know. But this is my happy hour top, and this is the tank top sleeveless version, I should say. Not tank top version, really, because it is it has a wider front and this cool edging. this 1x1 sort of detail here. And people have been like, Brie, this looks so professionally finished. And I'm really loving it. So I'm rocking with it. And it just looks like a basic top, right? Like cool, fun, exciting. But wait until you see the back. How stinking cool is this? So it has this opening that it has this opening. You can't see it because it's not on my body. How do I show this to you? See this opening? So when you put it on, your back is out and it's super cute and fun. And this little tie at the bottom, that's just like a little knot. Nothing fancy or special there. And yeah, I love it. This is in my Pico De Gallo colorway on my Sunfish base, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon. And it doesn't have quite the squish, but it has way more drape. And look how amazing and fun it is. I am definitely bringing this with me on my vacation that we're going on next week. And I cannot wait to see what my testers do with this one. It will be out in September. What's my August? Oh, my third FT. I'm like, what's my August design? This will be out in September if all goes well. So I'm very excited about that. And I do have a third FO for the day because I was just on a finishing kick. I was like ready to go. And Tour de Fleece definitely helped with that. I finished one little bobbin. This is for my Cheery bobbin spindle. And I finished one little bobbin of my drop spindle spin that I've been working on. This is about 1 ounce of fiber from me. Oh, it's my fiber. It's Grand Canyon on Rambouillet. You are just seeing the orangey peachy part right now, but there's lots of layers of pinks and purples and peaches and a little green. And one bobbin is done and off to the side. I'm calling it a finished object because the bobbin's done. And we'll see it again once we get to applying. But those are all of the things I finished. Just 3 finished objects this week. And I feel so, so good about it. And I also feel really good about my works in progress and the amount of things that I've gotten done since we talked last on top of those finished objects. So let's talk about my whips. My first whip is something that you have not seen, although you had heard about. Its conception and the idea of it. But it was not even cast on when you saw it last. Why am I showing it to you first then? Because I usually show you the oldest whip, but I'm showing you this because it has gotten so much work on it, you are not going to believe it. So it's in my Songbird handmade bag. You've seen this one. I'll be using it all summer, I'm sure, because it's amazing and it's fine. I dyed up some spin dip on my Sunfish base, and it is so fun for my tailgate party collection. It is layers of like different greens and ivories and like a taupey gray and then pops of greens. And I love it. I'm loving it so much. So much right now. Take my headphones out of there because I'm going to wonder where they are. And I showed you a full cake. I showed you a full cake because I'm wound this up today because I am going to need it soon. Because I have worked on so much of this whip in just the 3 days that I have worked on it. Yep, that's it, 3 days. So this is another happy hour top. This is going to be the version with sleeves, as you can hopefully tell. I'm going to put my little stitch stoppers on here because I'm worried they're on shorties. And I worry I'm going to pull my needles out. But day one, I cast this on. And again, construction is super cool. So you just start the back. and do some short row shaping, and then you switch to the front and you do the left and the right, and then you join it with the neck and you do the whole front panel. Then you go back to the back and you work one side and then you work this other side until you eventually join it in the round. And you're not really joining it in the round, I guess, because you're joining it flat, but you're joining to work flat across the entire thing. So I joined it, and then I said, I want to work some sleeve numbers and do some of that math while I had the brain space for it, because sometimes you don't have the brain space for it. I said, let me do that now so I can get started on this sleeve and work on it maybe before I leave for our vacation, and then potentially pick up for the second sleeve and work on that for like the entire flight. And then all I have to do while we're traveling is work on the body, and it will be so quick because I think I'm gonna make this one a little bit more cropped than I made the other one. This is also really fun and exciting. It's not totally gonna fit because it is on a 9-inch circ. Oh, maybe I don't wanna pull it off. But so I could just put it on for you. Oh, it's so hot. Why did I just do that? But look at this sleeve. It's this perfect set-in sleeve, and the shaping is so good. So good. Short rows are amazing. Okay, there we go. And this will be on this shoulder, and it'll have a neckband. It'll all pull in, and it's so good. And the color is amazing. I'm so happily surprised with this colorway. I knew I wanted something in it when I dyed it, but I wasn't sure what I wanted in it. And this feels like the perfect project, and it's just flying. It is flying. So I took one day and did the entire front panel and both of the backs. Then day 2, I just worked a few rows flat and then picked up the sleeve and did the sleeve cap until about, here's my progress keeper, so you can see how much I did. And then today I picked it up and worked on that, and my goal is to finish this sleeve today, which is very, very doable with what I have going on the rest of the day. I have a Little Wolf Knits Wolfpack Zoom night later, so we'll just be knitting for a while. I have some computer work to do, but very, very doable. And yeah, my plan is to get the sleeve done. It's so good. It's so good. And like I said, pick up the second sleeve and then work on it tomorrow, maybe a little on Wednesday, and then have it for the entire plane ride on Wednesday. Can you hear the beeping? The post office is picking up my packages. Okay, so that is my whip number 1. And I'm really, really excited to keep working on this. My second whip is actually one that I had sort of no pressure commitment on. I was just going to work on it here or there when I could. And it's in my horse feather fiber arts bag. It is something you've seen before. It is no surprise. But I did a little bit of knitting on my lemon cookies socks. So just maybe 10 or 12 rounds. We were watching fireworks last week for 4th of July on the beach, and I don't know where I was. I must have been, I think I had just finished the sleeve actually, or I was just finishing the sleeve, and it wasn't going to be enough to bring with me because it was like 2 rounds of ribbing and then binding it off. So I decided to grab my sleeve and just have some mindless knitting, which is perfect. And I have not started the toe yet, but I think my plan is to also start the second toe. I don't love when we're traveling bringing needles with me that aren't, that are just loose open needles. I don't know, that feels to me like more threatening than a knitting project, although I know it's the same thing. So my plan is to put these stitch stoppers on, it's like if I could get them, my little Highland cows, so cute, and prep my toe for the plane ride, which is definitely doable. Again, that sleeve today and then this toe either today or tomorrow, and we will be good to go. I'm so glad I set my goals last week, because then I feel like I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I was able to stick to it. I'm a planner girl. I love having all of that sort of scheduled out, and it was really helpful. So hopefully setting these intentions again, and you technically won't see until 2 weeks where I'm at, but you'll see by then if I was able to do what I was hoping, and I think I will. I do have one more whip, and I'm not certain that I'm going to bring it with me on my trip, and I haven't gotten work on it today so far. Yesterday, I think I worked on it Saturday, but maybe not. But it is my second bobbin of my cherry drop spindle spin of my Grand Canyon fiber. So you can definitely see some of the more peachy and orangey in this bobbin so far and in this fiber. And we have done so much. This was a 4-ounce braid that was split in half. So this was 2 full ounces, and this is all we have left, which is like 1 or 2 days worth of spinning. I just need to make a point to do it. I could have probably finished it this weekend, but I couldn't put my knitting down. But my plan is to finish this bit of fiber today or tomorrow, and then get at least half of that, if not the rest of that fiber, onto my drop spindle, so it is ready to start spinning. And then I might not do some spinning for a little bit of time. I'm not so sure, honestly, if traveling with a drop spindle internationally works or not. I've heard some people domestically have done it and had no issues, but I'm just not sure. And this is a special spindle, so I really don't want to lose it. I could bring a different drop spindle and different fiber, but I don't know if it makes sense for me to start something new. So this one I'm going to work on until we leave, and then it's probably going to hibernate for a little bit before we come back. The only other thing that I have caked up and ready to go, y'all have seen already. It's been a minute. Let me just grab it and show you, remind you, because we're kind of talking about project plans and whips in this section. But I have my red berries on laser caked up and ready to go, and this will become a second sample of my third Ave tee, which has that lovely cross back. I think it's going to be very, very cute, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get this one started. This will be a vacation knit for sure once I finish my happy hour top. But I'm certain I'm going to finish that on vacation, so I'm glad I will be bringing this, because we're going to have a lot of time. Knitting time on the plane, traveling, trains, plane back, all of that. So yeah, that is the plan. Those are all the things I've worked on. I haven't touched my e-spinner, and I'm like looking around. I think that's it. I have acquired something. Just one thing, and technically it's a club. So does it really count? I don't think it does. But I've acquired something. So let's see what I've acquired. What I got in the mail. If you have been following for a little bit, you will know that I belong to one fiber club, and it has been such a joy. I would love to, this is a quarterly club, and I would love to re-up for this club again. I'm not sure if I will right now because my fiber is overflowing. I have it in a giant, let me see, can I show you? Right there, see that giant market basket, and it is overflowing, like fully overflowing. And I just don't know if I need more fiber right now. But I did love this. And this club has encouraged me to branch out and try some things I probably would not have bought myself, which has been the most fun part. So this is Nest Fiber Club. This is their spring club. If you have not seen this, I only got this the other day. But I will start with April's because I want to show you the whole quarter together. So April's is called Corsage, and it's on Finn. Is these really cool blues, pinks, periwinkle blues, greens, some peachy spots in there and over here, and just a really fun springy colorway. Then May's was Beehive on BFL, which is these golds and toffee sort of colors, and these sea foamy kind of greens and aquas, and a little acidy green where it meets, and I loved it. And I said this will be so nice to apply together. And then I got June's. And this is called Picnic, and it's on Target. If you don't want to see it, look away. But look at these colors. I'm not gonna use descriptors, and these, how perfect. I was like, okay, I think this needs to be a 3-ply combo spin, because look at all of the colors that, like this color right here runs throughout all of it. This color runs throughout, right light over there and over there. And I just think it would be really fun to see. Let's turn these around so we can just see the fiber. A 3-ply combo spin, like, come on. So that might be in the plans for one day. Now is not that day. Now is not that day. I actually have an idea for my next combo spin, and I know it's somewhere, but I think it might be. I have a few maroons, like burgundy, winey sort of colorways, and I might do a 3-ply combo spin and make a traveler hoodie for the fall, winter. Because I figure if I start spinning now, it'll take me a few weeks, August, September, start knitting in September. It could be a really fun fall knit. And I don't want to start spinning with bright and springy colors because I'm not going to use them in this summertime, which is okay. It's okay. It's just where I'm at. But that is the only thing that I received in the mail since we spoke last. Although I have, we're not going to talk about that. That's the only thing I received in the mail for yarny things. But I did pull some things out of the dye pans, and they are so good. So let's talk about what's in the shop. There is not too much in the shop that has changed since the last time we spoke, but I finally have physical items here so I can show you. The first one is, it's out of my reach. Hold on. The first one is something I spoke about, and it is my Moana inspired Island Girl single skein. I'm going to show it again because I only showed it one time and some people may not have seen it. If you weren't able to catch every single episode, or I don't know, you were just looking away or something like that. So if you don't want to see it, look away. But this colorway is still available for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, until it's gone, potentially forever. But look away. I'm not going to tell you the name. Just look away. 3, 2, 1. It's on fiber. I'm not going to describe the colors, but it is on fiber because I sent out all the single skeins that I have. But let's just like unravel it so you can see it in all of its glory. It's so good. It's so good. So if you want this in a skein or on fiber or a sweater's quantity or any kind of amount that you want, make sure to grab it now because like I said, I don't know if it will ever be back. I don't know. And it will be gone. It will be dyed by the end of July. So if you want it, get it by then. October Beetle Juice inspired boxes are still in the shop. They are still available. Like I said, filling up quickly. Every time it seems like things slow down a little bit, things pick back up. And I don't know if I'm going to have to close them or what, but they are so good and y'all are loving them. And last week I launched my very shitty, super shitty December countdowns, year 4. There is the skein options, the 15, 30-day box countdowns, either fingering weight, DK weight, or fiber, and a single day skein, or that you can either add on to one of those options, or you can get as a standalone box to open on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or December 1st or whatever you want because I won't tell. But those are available and in the shop as well. We also have my July clubs all dyed up and ready to go. I showed the inspiration last week and they are so good. The first one is Schitt's Creek inspired and this is called 12 Things. And it's really fun and summery and soft and neutral yet not. So it has like these peaches, these tans, this like ivory taupey is I guess a better word for it, sandy spots, and then this teal blue, and my favorite sort of coppery speckles. And it's so good. And this one's, like I said, is called 12 Things. Inspired by Schitt's Creek, Alexis, and Johnny Rose ordering 12 things of milk. And this one is inspired by New Girl, which is totally new for the shop, and I'm so excited. And if y'all know, I tend to be pretty literal with my scene inspiration, the color palette, and then the colorway to the skein. I wanted to go a little bit lighter with this skein than I normally would, using that sort of formula based on the inspiration colorway. Because it's still warm out and it's still bright and sunny, I didn't want to go super, super moody and dark, but just, you know, a little touch. But this is I Am Not a Successful Adult, and it has a bunch of different blues, like so many different shades of teals and navy pops and icy blues and sea foamy sort of blues. It's so good. And then this like orangey, peachish colorway and lots of navy speckles. And it's super fun. I think there's even space where these could fade together into a larger project. But yeah, super fun. I'm Not a Successful Adult, 12 Things, both available now through the end of the month. They will be dyed at the end of the month, so grab one if you want one. And my monthly colorways are never guaranteed to come back. Sometimes, often, I do bring ones back that I really, really loved, but there are also a lot that I never end up bringing back. So if you love either of these, make sure to grab them now while you can. We also, like I said last week, have a few project bags, notion bags from the Coven Collective. That was a collaboration on our cookie jar collection, which was so much fun. We have some really beautiful porcelain progress keepers from Very Warm Stripes that y'all have been snatching up, and they're amazing, so I'm not surprised. And I have a really, really fun addition to the accessory portion of our shop from my sister. My sister is an incredible artist. She had her own polymer clay earring business for some time, I guess through COVID. And I wanted so badly to have some of her items in my shop. I wanted her to make progress keepers so badly for a very long time, and I finally convinced her. So we have earrings, we have progress keepers, and we have hair clips. All in the shop now. If you search Cherry Bomb, they're all sweet, cherry, summer inspired. They are so cute. So those will be available as a pre-order as we really are in the peak of our summer heat now and like coming into the middle and end of our summer months. I think it will be perfect timing for these really cute accessories. So all of that is in the shop, and you can grab any or all of those things now if you'd like. I think that's all for in the shop. So let's just talk about life for a second. It has been a busy and hectic week since we spoke last, but not a bad week, just busy. I think I recorded last Monday when we were just getting back into town. I had work Monday and Tuesday. We went on our date night and we saw Quiet Place day 1, and it was good. It was sad. Y'all, I forget those movies are sad until I watch them, and I'm like, oh. You know, they're really good character movies. There were several new characters in this movie, and I thought it was great. I loved it. I thought it was really great. I went to work on Wednesday. On Wednesday night, I think it was Wednesday night, Michael and I caught up on, it was either Wednesday or Monday, on House of the Dragon. It might have been Monday. We caught up, and now we have a new episode to watch tonight. That aired last night, which I'm super excited about that. This season is good. I still don't know anyone's names, and it is so hard to keep track of. I won't give any spoilers, but man, I don't remember having this much trouble watching Game of Thrones. I just don't, and it is tough. What else? So that was Wednesday. Thursday, we worked like half days in the morning and then ended up driving down the shore to celebrate 4th of July. Michael and I did the fireworks and the whole thing. That was really fun. And we tried to watch Killers of the Flower Moon. We had about half of it left. We watched about 40 minutes and I was falling asleep again. I said, we got to stop it and finish it another time. I'm determined to finish it. I would like to finish it this week, but I don't feel confident that we'll get it done. We might, depending on what we do tomorrow, we may not go to the movie theater and stay home and watch that at home, because we're going to work on Wednesday and then we leave for another trip, which is very exciting. I have a cousin who is getting married in Italy. So we will be traveling for just a little bit, just about a week. And, you know, getting the house ready for our house sitter and figuring all of that out is always like stressful. I feel like the prep that you have to do when someone comes to your house, I don't know, stresses me out. And there's a lot of work to get done and packing and all of that to get done, but that's okay. So Thursday we did that. Friday, my sister and her boyfriend came down the shore. We hung out, did some beach time, did some backyard time. We went out to dinner and then went out that night to celebrate a friend's birthday. I have not been out, y'all, late in so long. I cannot tell you the last time. We were out till I think 1:30, 2 o'clock. And I cannot tell you the last time I did that. I was dead. I wasn't even drinking. I had one beverage. And then I was drinking water the whole time. And the next morning, I felt like death. I was so tired. I just felt bad. I did not enjoy it. I mean, it was really fun, but like, it was rough. I didn't feel good. And then Saturday, Sunday, we just hung out. I got a lot of knitting done. We spent a lot of time with family, which is always really nice. And here we are. It's Monday, and we're full circle getting ready for our next vacation. Man, it has been so busy, but it has been so fun. And these are incredible memories that we're making. And I can't wait to tell you all about them when we get done. When we get back, you will hear all about our trip. I feel confident in that. And there may or may not be some exciting things that I will be planning and preparing for while we're on our trip. And you may or may not hear about that at some point in the future. Okay, that's all. I hope you are enjoying your week. I hope you're staying cool or enjoying the sun if that's your thing. And I cannot wait to talk to you all, not next week, but 2 weeks from now. Until then, take care of each other. Bye.